We're back again today with efitter7 Lionel Fastrack Layout update number 4. A lot of new things have happened on the layout in the last week or so, and I just thought I'd share them with everybody. So let's begin. So saving the best for last, I'm going to start over here in the far corner of the layout. Over here is my little weathering station where I do most of my weathering. And as you can see over here, not a whole lot has happened. If you look back in here, you can see where the trains are going to come out and up onto the benchwork that hasn't gotten put up yet because I ran into a bit of predicament with some of the wood that I bought. My layout is going to be 4 foot 5 inches tall, so it's about 53 inches tall. And I went to Lowe's and I bought a 4 foot long piece of 2x4, and well, turns out when I cut them, only half of them are usable because the other side was too short. I had forgot to think about that, and it was a stupid kind of rookie mistake. So now I know. These I'm going to use for my supports, and try not to give away too much right now, but got some wood. So we might see some benchwork up pretty soon. Moving into the shelf layout, you can see that nothing really has changed, but my plan has changed. Back here, I'm going to get rid of the pins for the animals, and I'm gonna do like a little Indiana farm scene, because you know in Indiana there's a lot of corn, so I figured in the back over here I'm gonna use some woodland scenics stuff and just create a little hill up to the back. And up here I'm gonna put HO scale corn that I found at my local hobby shop. I can buy a couple. They're about $16 a pack, and they'll create a very realistic cornfield. And I'm going to put them up on a hill so it looks like they're a little further back in the distance. That way the scale doesn't really affect the look of the layout too much. Moving through this tunnel, we can see another section. We're now in the other section of the layout where there is a small road going through, a cobblestone road. We have a mountain back here that is covered with snow. I think I'm going to repaint it and redetail it. These come ready-made. I'm not sure who makes them exactly. I think it's Department 56 or something. But they look really nice, and they fit well behind there. They're not too deep, as you can see, so I can push them up against the wall, and they won't affect my trains as they run through. So I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to keep this billboard here from Menards, and get a tunnel portal there, and it'll be just a little train tracks running along a road right here. It'll look pretty nice. As we come into the intermodal section of my train layout, you can see this tunnel portal here. It's not permanent, but I just figured I'd put it up to see what it looks like. It's really nice. It's made of I'm not really sure what it's made of, but it's really nicely detailed. It comes pre-painted. You can see where the diesel exhaust fumes have blackened the rock, and it's really nice. I picked it up from a hobby shop. It costs about $15. I think I'll get a couple more for the other tunnels around here, and like I said, this isn't permanent. I'm just seeing how it looks, making sure all my rolling stock fits underneath, because you know this Burswick 60-foot high cube boxcar is ginormous, so gotta make sure they all fit underneath. Looking back into the intermodal yard, we see these stacked containers back here, and found a photo online of some containers, and I just glued it to the cardboard from an old shoebox just to see what it was look like. It didn't turn out too well. They're a little too small, and they don't really look quite right back there, but I just figured I'd see what it'd look like. As we move further down to the engine servicing facility spur, you can see my two Norfolk Southern SD70 M-2s here. I weathered both of them up a little bit. You can see the diesel fumes there, and you see they're a little dusty down there, a little used, not so toy-like anymore. But yes, as we come back here, you see some flats that I built, as well as some flats that I bought. And if the camera focuses, you can see how really detailed these flats are. They look really nice. I got these off eBay. This small one here was about $7. This one here was about $13, and this one here was about $15. I think they're really fantastic, and they look really cool. And I think mine turned out pretty nice too. I went on Google, I found some pictures of some industrial buildings as well as some HO scale flats, and blew them up and stuck them to some cardboard, and I think they look pretty good. I did this because I don't have a lot of space behind this back piece of track back here, but I also wanted an industrial area on my railroad, so I figured this would be a good place to do it. As we come out of the industrial section of my model railroad, things really start to get interesting, and a lot of work has been done over here. If we come down here, we see that I have started to put up some bench work. Now, it's not a lot, and it's coming along pretty slowly, but it's really exciting, but it's also a lot of work. I decided to start detailing as I put it up. So here, let me get up on a stool, get a higher view. Put down some grass and some ground cover, some woodland scenic stuff, and I also did a little ballast just to make sure the ballast that I bought blends in with the Fastrack pretty well. As you can see, it works pretty well together, and I think it'll give it a much more realistic look. As we come down here through the 072 curve, we can see how good it's going to look when I get the scenery done. The bench work is going to continue out this way. As you can see, this board is positioned next to this one, and I cut out a little piece back there as well as a piece in here, so it becomes a nice L shape, and it was about the same size as this shelf right here. And so the bench work is going to continue along this way, and this board is going to go up just like that board down there. So the 072 curve can continue out this way. The bench work will continue back towards the railroad and Norfolk Southern signs, take a nice 072 curve to the left, continue along down this way towards my weathering area, and break back into the closet and over into the farm scene that I'm going to do down there. In other updating news, on my spine car, I don't know if you can see so well right here, but I installed the MTH end of train device, and it lights up and blinks when my track is powered or when a train is running. Right now, currently my track is completely disabled because of another thing that I'm doing. I had told a couple people that I was going to purchase the MTH DCS system so that I could run all my trains from the DCS remote. So to start that, I started wiring, or feeding the wire from my bus line. This is just the hot wire for my bus line. It is going to be tucked up under my layout. You see I've drilled the other hole for the ground or returning line. But I've also dropped my track feeders. So you can see I labeled this is the red hot section and this is the cold section. So I'll be able to have constant 18 volts to my track at all times so that I can run the MTH DCS system. I also need to get another power supply or power pack because this one, no way in hell will have enough power to run any of my trains once it's wired up completely and completely put together. So I'm thinking of getting the MTH, I don't know, whatever the giant power brick is called. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting that one. I know it runs about $350 or so. So I'm going to be saving for that. And I'm going to ask for the MTH DCS system for my birthday, so I can do that. That's pretty much it for this update, other than my weathered CSX Bethgon coal porter. I didn't do the best job on it, but I think it turned out pretty cool. I did the trucks and wheels just like Monster Railroader, and I think they turned out pretty nice. Oh, another thing is I was just testing out to see how the weathered rails would look. I just did this one with an Elmer's paint pen. I was gonna put some dark earth powders on it as well, just to make it look rusty like I do the trucks and wheels, but I'm not really sure. I'm still playing around with it. Yet to weather my sanding tower. But today, I think I'm gonna put track nails in my track over here to make this section more permanent. I'm gonna ballast this track and on the inside, and I'll leave a little patch of grass on the inside to make it look nice. And yeah, I think that wraps up my update video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Well, guys, I did a really dumb thing, but I think it'll work out anyway. I did the update video before I started working today, but today I decided to work on that hill that I was going to put the corn on top that I was talking about earlier in the update. So this is what it looked like. Used Woodland Scene's plaster cloth, and I built it up around some tissue paper, not cardboard, newspaper, and it's all underneath this. And then I painted it with just a tan colored paint, and I'm gonna put ground foam. I'm gonna paint it again later so that the ground foam will stick. Then I'll use wet water and scenic cement to hold that down, and then I'll go in and I'll detail it with the corn, and it'll look really nice. And yeah, so you can see the parts that I have painted are either going to be roads like this, where my two crossing signals are going to be, or where the track is going to go. And yeah, so I'll give you guys another update when this is moved further along, so thank you.